No, they
Measures of
can't.
death suppose. Oh,
Ah, okay.
happy. Yeah.
They probably should be able to see now. Okay.
I think now they can.
So, yeah. Let me just ask to be
Can
sure.
we go on the first slide?
Yep, they can see us. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So I guess we'll just start in the next 2 minutes. We'll just wait
Mm-hmm.
for everyone to come back.
Yeah.
Mm. You think we should start?
Mm-hmm. We can start now, I
Okay.
think. All right.
Yeah, so hello to everyone who's here. Good evening. I'm Tanvi and I have a colleague of mine with me, Darab.
Okay, guys.
We both are second year students. He is pursuing science and I'm pursuing political science. We both are bachelor students. And today we've been given an opportunity by our university to tell you more about it, more about life in Lithuania, how to get into Vytautas Magnus University, and to answer all of your questions that you might have. Can you go on the next slide?
Mm-hmm. I can't see. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so a lot of people have a misconception about Lithuania being in Russia, but it's so not. It is a part of the European Union and it doesn't even have sharing borders with Russia. So that's one of the main misconceptions what people have about it. Second is we are in the northern Europe towards the middle of all countries around. And we live in Kaunas. The university is in Kaunas. The capital is Vilnius. We'll talk more about it in later slides, but just to give you a little idea of what Lithuania is, I think it's a land of culture and heritage and language and religion because as soon as you come in, you see a lot of architectural sites, a lot of forts, a lot of churches around. So it just gives you a very hit vibe of a European town, and which I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So
It's got a lot of history to it. So, it got independent
yeah,
twice and stuff. So, it's pretty much of like a full history book or something. You can say like that.
yeah. I mean, it just got independence in the last few years. I guess in 1990, 1991, it got independence, so it's pretty fresh. But I think Lithuania, with its in terms of economy, studies, in terms of getting themselves seen in the international arena, they have done quite a good job in these last 20, 25 years. Can we go to the next slide?
Yeah.
So Lithuania is one of the three Baltic countries in Europe, including Estonia and Latvia, as you can see in the slide here.
Mm-hmm. The Three Sisters, as they're called.
Yeah, and they have a Baltic Sea which joins all of them together. It shares border with Latvia, Poland. So it's just in the middle of Latvia and Poland together. It's like in a sandwich. So yeah, that's that. There are three main cities here: Vilnius, Kaunas, and Klaipėda. Vilnius is the capital, as I said before. Go on to the next slide. You, these are just like, little facts about Lithuania. The currency is euro, of course. Language is Lithuanian, but business language is getting there to be English as well.
Yeah, a lot of
So,
youngsters, like teenagers, they speak English, so you won't have a problem here.
I mean, I basically haven't had a problem not knowing Lithuanian. Of course, you should know a little words because, we're in your, if you're in someone else's country, they would like us to respect it and respect their language and heritage and culture. So you should know how to greet people. You should know how to say thank you and stuff like that in Lithuanian. But other than that, I've not faced any problems as such.
And plus, they like it and they find it cute, so that's a plus.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Also,
Right.
Lithuania is in the Schengen area, so you can travel all around Schengen countries in Europe, which include Italy, Spain, Latvia, Estonia, Norway, and everything else. So if you have a Schengen visa, you can go around, travel, backpacking Europe.
Yeah.
So yeah,
All right. Next slide.
as I said, these are just a few words that you should know about if
Oh,
you're in Lithuania.
wanna give it a go, Tanvi?
No. I mean, Darab, my friend who's here, he has learned Lithuanian for a year, so he knows way more than I do. But other than that, I don't think it's so necessary, but you should just know. That's all.
Yeah, it's fun, and like the university provides a course for called Survival Lithuanian. It's for a week, and you can get to know about the culture, about the language. It's not a hard course. You learn basic phrases to communicate. Like introduce yourself, introduce where you're from, and stuff like that. And it's actually really good.
Yeah. I mean, also just talking about language courses in our university, we have a lot of language courses that our university gives to students, including French, Spanish. I've seen people learning even Arabic here.
Yeah, Arabic,
I mean,
Turkish as well.
it's like so global. Yeah. Okay, Kaunas. Kaunas is not the capital, but Kaunas is where our university and where we live is. And Kaunas is considered to be the heart of Lithuania. One, because it's in the middle. It's right in the middle of Lithuania. And second, it holds a lot of religious and cultural weightage to it. I'm not saying other towns do not, but Kaunas has so many religious places. They have so many cultural heritage places. They have so many forts that during the time of war and during the time of independence, they were all held captive there, and all those forts are still there. You can go around, check. There are museums built around it. So I think it's an experience that you get in Kaunas, and you get to know about all that's happening, be it religious, be it cultural, be it language, be it global. Because in our university, I've met people from all over the place. You name it, and I've met people from Morocco, from US, from New Zealand, from China, from North Korea.
Australia.
Everyone's here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you name the country and people are here. So I think it's just such a good global perspective of everything. It's like all in one plate, and you get such a good experience while talking to different people. And I think my
Yeah.
friend would agree too, because we both have had so many international friends in the last 2 years, and we have had so
Even
much fun
Lithuanian
with
friends,
them. Oh yeah, I mean, Lithuanians are very sweet. They're very
Yeah.
kind from heart. They'll help you as much as you want. So
But yeah,
yeah, I
you
think
need to
this.
give them some time to open up. I mean, it's pretty normal with like with people. You just need to give time to open up and everything. But yeah, once they open up, you'll enjoy the company.
Once they open, they're the best people, honestly.
Yeah.
They're very sweet. So we have
Uh,
a question here. Someone asking if the lockdown or flight ban goes until September, won't it affect autumn intake? I don't think so. It would affect autumn intake because it's not our fault. It's no one's fault, in fact, but it's just how it's just a preventive measure. So I don't think it'll affect it, but I think you should talk to the management about it if you have admission and if you have all the papers, and then if the flights aren't working, I think you'll come like a month later or something. Hello?
Uh, we'll get
Yeah,
there are
sure. We
some.
can leave the slides again.
Yeah, I think the webinar is being recorded, so you'll have access to it later on. And about the
Is that
courses,
okay?
we're
All
gonna
right.
get back
I
to
think
it
something stopped.
soon.
Can you guys hear us?
I think they can hear us.
Hello?
Oh, they can hear. Okay. Yeah, they can hear us. All right. I think there's some technical problem. We're just gonna wait for my colleague. But yeah, hey, so about Kaunas, like Kaunas is like if you come from a big city, you'll find Kaunas small. But I'd say it looks small to be honest, but it's really not. Like there are so many parts of Kaunas that I still have to visit. Like this is my second year. I'm still visiting and exploring and everything, and I'm just finding new things. There are other towns in Lithuania as well that my audio is breaking. Huh. Okay. Uh, can you is it audible or is it still breaking? Oh, okay, still breaking. Maybe. Okay, it's audible now. All right. Hey, all right. Somebody asked if there's agriculture bachelor course. Yes, we're gonna get to the courses real soon. I'm just gonna wait for my colleague. If you just 2 minutes, and we're gonna get back to the webinar. Oh, there she is. Okay.
I'm sorry, internet problems.
All right. So
Yeah,
yes, so we're gonna
where
get
were
to the
we?
courses real soon.
Oh yeah, there are a few agricultural courses, but as you said, we'll
Yeah.
get back to it. Yeah.
All right. So let's go and talk about our university.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as I said, Lithuania holds a big chunk of culture, heritage, and a big amount of the history that they've had, and they respect it a lot. So this is why Lithuanians like him so much. He was the Grand Duke of Lithuania, and if you've come here, which I am I audible?
You're breaking a bit.
Hello,
Yeah. Go on.
hello.
Sorry, guys, we are having some technical problem. All right. So, who is Vytautas Magnus? He was one of the dukes. Like, there's only been one king of Lithuania, and there were no other kings. And there were Grand Duke of Lithuania, Vytautas Magnus, who's very popular, as you can see. And our university is named after him. All right, we're gonna go on the next slide. This is a bit of history about our university. In 1920, courses of higher. Just a minute, please. There seems to be some problem. Can you guys hear us properly? Like, can you hear me? Yes, you'll be able to do part time. you'll be able to do part-time jobs, but you can't do full-time. How do universities daily start the next session for personal attendance or by online? Um, I have no idea about this. Are this you should probably ask this to the admission department. And yeah, so as I was saying, you won't be able to work full time. You'll only be able to work part time. That too only when you get your TRP. I'm just gonna move on the next slide. So yes, we have 9 faculties and 3 academic divisions. And as you can see, there's Faculty of Arts, Catholic Theology, Economics and Management, Humanities, Informatics, that's my faculty, Faculty of Law, Faculty of Natural Sciences, Political Science and Diplomacy, and Social Sciences. There's also Music Academy. Just a minute, there's some questions. Is there any hospitality courses? I don't think so, but again, you should ask the admission department or one of your coordinator if you have one. So as I was saying, yes, there's a music academy, and then there was somebody who was asking if there's any agricultural courses. Our university actually have, as you can see, like Faculty of Agronomy, Faculty of Bioeconomy Development. There are a lot of agricultural courses, uh, and then as my colleague was saying, our university provide a lot of language courses, and they are all free, and like it's kind of like compulsory module for some courses, not for everything, not for every course, sorry, but yes, they are free and you can take them each semester. And there's also we have a botanical garden. VMU has a botanical garden which you can visit. But in partner, can we be able to pay? That's I mean that's a tricky question, but like I'd say no, because
I mean, it depends on a lot of things. It depends on
yeah,
the
like
course, first of all,
yeah, true, and
because
like also
every
it
course
depends.
is,
Go on.
yeah, so every course is different because, like for example, take our example. I am pursuing political science and I don't have labs like, science labs where I have to mix some chemicals or do some computer work or something. Mine is totally just theory. So that does not include lab charges. So my tuition fee is a little less than what he is paying.
Yeah,
But so moral of the story is it depends on what course you choose. Yes, you can pay, but it also depends on your part-time job that you get
yeah,
because there are a
because
few rules that we have to follow here
hmm
in
and we
terms
have
of job.
yeah
Because if we don't have a PR for European
TRP.
Union, we can't. No, the residence permit, if we don't have, we can't work more than
Yeah,
40 hours.
yeah,
And if we
yeah,
have a TRP that we do, we can just work for
mm-hmm.
20 hours a week. So that
Tourism
is
courses.
somewhat not, it won't join up to giving your tuition fee. But at the same time, if you score a good job, you of course can.
Yeah, like if you, as my colleague was saying, like if you get a good job that pays good, you should be able to pay for your tuition fee, even when you're only working as part time. So yeah, so it totally depends on a lot of factors. The course fee, the salary you're getting, and on top of that, if you have any scholarship, which our university provides, academic scholarship, and there's also I forgot I lost my train of thought. Okay, never mind. All right, so we can
Fine.
go on the next slide. Okay, there are a lot of research and art centers and 50 plus computer classes and laboratories, as you can see.
Uh, I mean, these things are like bifurcated all over Kaunas. You won't see
Yeah,
like a whole campus in one place like we see in India, but my faculty would be somewhere else. My friend's faculty would be somewhere else. So they are faculty separated. So each faculty would have their own research center or an education center or, a library, some other labs or something. So including all of those, I think our university has a lot of centers, art centers, laboratories, which also you can see on the slide here. They are specified in which field they are.
and like as I said, Kaunas is small, but everything is accessible easily. So you
Yeah.
won't be go waiting for, like, if you have lab works in some part of Kaunas, you have public transport which is like really cheap. So you won't be standing for, like, let's say 30 minutes or 40 minutes, or you won't have you know you won't have to travel to for like about 40 minutes. The minimum, like, the maximum amount of time you take is around 25 minutes. That is from the Baltia dormitory that is in the center. But yeah, and there's
I
another
mean,
dormitory. Yeah.
yeah, we have two dormitories in Kaunas and one in Vilnius. One is right in the center in Kaunas, and the other dormitory is 15 minutes away from the center. So, as my colleague said, transport and accessibility here is very easy. The buses that like we don't have cars here, so we travel is either by walking or we take a bus and we go on to wherever we have to go because these options are very accessible, and especially for international students who come here, they get like a 50% discount on each of these cards, the bus cards or something. So I think transport and accessibility is a very big major factor here of easiness of support.
How much versus fee? Like, as we were talking before, like, it all depends on the course. So
Yeah,
it differs from courses to courses. So you'll have to look it up, for your course,
yeah.
and
But
then talk to the university.
generally, yeah, but generally, like the fee depends from 1,700 euros to 4,000 euros a year. But again, as he said, it depends on which course you have.
All right, I'm gonna go on the next slide.
So this is just telling you about how many bachelor's and master's programs we have, and VMU also has PhD students and also allow PhD studies here. So I think it's like an all-in-one university because you generally don't see a university giving out bachelor's, master's, and PhD all together. But as I said, VMU has a it has a motto of 360 degrees. 360 degrees for me, it's a complete angle. So complete angle in sense of you can get little of everything, like little bits from here, little bits from there, and you can get an overall picture. So
Yeah, that's the motto of, actually, like, we our VMU studies is 360 degrees studies.
yeah,
So you get to take subjects from each, you can say, faculty or department, like humanities department and arts department. So it's like you take it as electives. So yeah, you're basically getting becoming all rounders, you can say.
yeah. I mean, the global structure of our university actually made me, it drove me towards applying here, honestly, because seeing a university so globally, I won't say effective, but it has an influence on you when you come here because, you get to meet so many people, so many different cultures. You get to know how people react to you because honestly, it's different. It's very different from how I talk to my friend who is an Indian, and it's very different how I talk to my friend who is from Spain because yeah, we've been brought up different ways, but I think this is what life is: experiencing different types of cultures, different types of languages, getting to know more people from all around the world. So I think we both have had like really good experiences with it.
Yeah. Nathan, as we said before, it depends. We don't know about the fee. Like, we don't know about any fee, like about any courses fee. So, like, we won't be able to answer any questions regarding
But
that.
anytime you can go onto the VMU website and they have a proper fee structure given there
Yeah.
particularly to the courses. So I think that would help you more.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna go on the next slide. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my favorite.
All right. So we usually get around or more than 1,600 international students each year. I mean,
Yeah.
last in my first year, first semester, there were I think there were more than that, or
Yeah.
some. I think
Even
there were
last semester, there were around like 2,000 people who would come in.
yeah, like there are a lot of international students coming from all over the places. You would like you wouldn't even realize there's people from Australia, from Tajikistan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, from Korea, South Korea, and from China. Like a lot of students are coming, and it's a well diverse university, I say. And
Mm,
we have more than 700 Erasmus partners. The university has more than 700 Erasmus partners. Erasmus is basically a mobility program. It's like an exchange program. You can say you can go to a different European or non-European country for a semester or for a year. And yes,
yeah.
bilateral is also an exchange program, but it usually lasts for 1 year. And they have different names because they come under different like organization. Erasmus is like more of an EU initiative, and bilateral is by the
Yeah.
university, I think.
Yeah. But I think one other experience that I would like to add on is of Erasmus and bilateral, because this gives you another opportunity. You're already abroad, you're already in a new country, and this gives you an opportunity to go to another country and experience how their studies are, which I think is pretty good. Which it adds up to your credits that you're doing in this university right now. So Erasmus is again another opportunity to have a global perspective, to have a global view towards accommodating different cultures into you and seeing how
Yeah.
studies are there.
And our university also provide double diploma programs.
Yeah,
So basically, you do 1 year, I think, in this university. I think that's usually for master programs, if I'm not
yeah,
wrong. Because I had a friend who was in masters, actually two of them who were not doing double diploma programs, but they applied
yeah,
for it and yeah, they got it. So one went to Norway and one went to Belgium. So yes, they did 1 year in our university and the other year they did in the other university. And there's also joint degree programs. I'm not sure exactly what that is, so I'm not gonna comment on it. But yeah,
yeah. We have a few questions here. Yeah, I mean, even if your medium of instruction is English, I think giving an IELTS is still a better option for admission. And as you said, your medium of instruction was not
no,
English,
it's
so
actually needed
yeah,
by a
it is
university. Yeah,
mandatory
yeah.
to appear for an IELTS and give a score. So that for admission is very important. And second is
Other
how is
panels
Corona
now
affect
visible
there and
for
the impact on the economy?
taking
Um,
frame.
yeah, it did affect the economy a little bit, but I think we're coming back to normal because they have opened a lot of things back again, and there are people moving around, offices are working, so I think it's coming back on track way before other countries. Yeah,
Yeah,
but Lithuania took a toll for like a few weeks in the beginning. There were, there were little or maybe no rice or food at some supermarkets for a week or two, but I think
but
Lithuania took care of it like really well.
didn't affect anyone to be honest. It didn't affect
Yeah,
anyone I know actually. But
yeah,
talking about the part-time jobs, as like it totally depends on you. Like how many, also like there are you can work in customer service. There if you meet the requirements, you'd obviously get get through it. You can work as a retailer. But the thing is, like, for front front jobs, like front desk jobs, where you need to communicate with customers, you need to know Lithuanian. So Lithuanian or Russian. It's not always the case, but most of the time it is. So in that aspect, I think you'd find jobs usually in the back end, like the kitchen and stuff like that. But
Hmm.
chances of getting part-time job, it really didn't affect that much, to be honest.
Yeah.
Which band
Not so
IELTS
much, but
require?
since you all are asking so much about part-time jobs, we'll just throw a little light on it and the information we know is honestly, if I tell you the truth, it is not very difficult nor very easy to get a part-time job here, especially not knowing Lithuanian, because that's
Yeah.
one little drawback from getting a job because it limits our places to where we can apply. Example, he said that we can just apply for call centers that are looking for English, or if you know any other language like French or Russian or something else, you can apply in call centers. But like one-to-one desk jobs, like a barista or at a restaurant, they need you to know Lithuanian. So in that case, it's a little tough, but again, it's not impossible. I have done it a few times. I know a lot of friends who are doing it. So yeah, it's mainly just about how much you try.
Do you know about the IELTS minimum IELTS scores that is needed? I think it's
Um,
7.5.
there's no minimum set by the university, but the higher it is, the more the more chances you have of getting in and getting a scholarship.
You should actually get this, like, ask this question to the admission department. That would they would answer better, you
Yeah,
know. So we're just assuming at this point. So all right, we're gonna move on
yeah,
to the next slide.
yep.
All right. Oh, okay.
Oh,
So the tuition
yeah,
fee is there. So yeah, most of you will get the answers now.
yeah. Here you can see a few of them.
Yeah.
Here you can see a few of them.
दोनों ना तब से ट्यूशन फी के आंसर्स को इग्नोर कर रहे थे वो स्लाइड में निकल आई
Uh,
कुछ नहीं
Uh, let me just.
बेटी की आवाज जा रही है
yeah, I think someone's mic is on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so people who are asking about tuition fee options and how much is it, we have a few courses lined up here so that you can get an average of how much would it be. Someone was asking about tourism as well. There's English philology, politics and
Oh yeah,
economy is
there
the
is.
course that I'm doing. So yeah, you can get a fair idea of how much it is, and it's in euros. So yeah,
All right, we're gonna move on because there's not a lot to talk about it. But you can have a look. We're gonna pause
yeah.
so you can go through it. So that's my, as you can see, informatics systems. That's my course. So yeah,
Hmm.
for
Also, you
four
can
years
see, as
is
I said, because since it keeps increasing on the amount of resources you're using from the university, as music production is 6,973 euros, because there are so many equipments, there's so much of lab work, there's so much of activity that's happening in that course. So it just increases. So it depends on which course you take. Honestly, there's
Mhm.
no specific amount for every course that we can say, but yeah.
All right. So that's that's more of the subjects. These are the master degrees, by the way.
Oh yeah.
All right.
All right. I think we can skip this for now.
All right. Uh huh. There's
Yeah.
not a lot left.
That's fine. Okay. So
Yeah.
application. Admissions and application intake. The deadline is June 21st, as you can see, and there are a list of documents that you need to provide, and you need to send it through to our university on email. These are the following, if you can see the a high school diploma if you're applying for bachelor's, a bachelor diploma if you're applying for master's, and so and so. They also say that they need to be apostille. Okay, apostille is you can get it done wherever you are in the state. I know things are closed right now. You can talk to the university about it that if it's really necessary or not. But if it's said it out there that getting it apostille and approved, so yeah, that. And someone asked about English proficiency and the marks as well. Here it's given IELTS score as well, which minimum is 5.5, I guess.
No, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the minimum. And there's a letter of motivation of how, like, what drove you towards applying into VMU and what drove you
All
towards
right, we're gonna get back to
applying
it,
in
Victor.
VMU.
As you can read, like one of the members of VMU has replied to a question about going online or on campus. So yeah, there's your answer.
Yeah.
Okay, some you guys wanted to see the masters. This is bachelor's. Ah, okay, masters. Can you see it? Can we move on?
Yeah, I think we can.
Okay, she's answering the questions.
Yeah, okay. We can go to the next slide.
All right.
This is a fair academic calendar for 2020 and 21 autumn and spring intake. So autumn is the intake that happens in the summer. Uh, Autumn is the intake which starts from September and ends around December end or Jan first week. And spring is the one that starts Feb last week and ends around June midweek or something.
Yeah, but I think the calendar's gonna move a bit. I think if they haven't changed
Yeah.
the dates because of the pandemic going on, but uh, it shouldn't affect the calendar that much. And yes,
It's
the
a
exam.
tentative calendar.
Yeah, so
Oh,
we're gonna answer that, but let us just finish it. So yes,
yeah, we'll answer all
you
the
all
questions.
you usually get done around in December, and you have a long break, you'd say. And for spring semester, that is from Jan. You start from Feb. The orientation day is a week before, I think, something like that.
Mm,
And the spring semester ends by June, and yeah, some first week of June and stuff like that.
yeah. What kind of part-time jobs we can get? As I said, it solely depends on you and how many languages you know and where you apply. But talking about myself, I'm just fluent in English and Hindi. So the jobs that I can get for English is just like maybe at a call center or maybe at a customer service center or I can work in the kitchen. So these are the few jobs, part-time jobs that we can get by just knowing English, or even if some restaurants or bars need English workers, they can hire you. But it depends on your luck when you apply, what you apply for, which languages do you know. Because one of my friends who is Russian, she knows French as well, and she's working at a French customer service company. So you see, it depends on how many languages you know, what you're fluent in, what you're applying for. So yeah.
Yeah, and also like if you like for me, language like I'm a programmer like, because I look for look for the sorry, I look for jobs related to my field, so like programming and stuff like that. So and in programming, like we don't need to communicate, with customer. Like the communication is through code, so I don't need, like, usually when I apply, they don't actually ask for English. So jobs like programming or any jobs that doesn't require you to speak, you would hire you if you match the requirement, or if you have the experience for the job you're applying. The dormitories are really good, actually. They one of the ball like the dormitory I'm staying in is in the center, right in the center. It's close to everything. There's a bus stop, literally not even 2 minutes, like a minute away. And there's Acropolis is like one of big shopping mall, you can say. So everything is easily accessible. And about safety, it's pretty safe. They have cameras, so if something goes wrong, they usually look through the cameras and stuff. So, but other than that, there's 24/7 guard sitting at the reception. So yeah. And the other dormitories as well is the same, literally the same. But the other one is uh, like, it's not in the center. It's 15 minutes away
Hello?
from the center. What about the medical assistance? You'll Once you apply for the visa, and you'll obviously have a insurance. That insurance is what you can only get as a medical assistant. But like, yes, there are hospitals with English speaking nurses and doctors. And yes, and other than that, once you apply for TRP, you'll need a medical insurance for that TRP, which will cover up your medical expenses. GMAT, I'm not sure about that. I think someone from the VME department should answer you that. All right, we're gonna go. I'm just gonna show you the last slide. This this is the contact details of our international cooperation department, ICD, you can call them. What about the sports faculty? Sports faculty, yes, we do have. Our university do have a sport faculty. It's near the other dormitory in academia. Uh, so it's like 15 minutes away from the like the dormitory that's in the center. But yes, it's completely free for the students. I'm not sure. I mean, every course is a good course if you really want to learn, and if that's what you want to, pursue.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, Tanvi.
Okay.
Is there any more questions?
Did you answer all of them about dormitories and everything?
Uh huh. Yeah, I did. There's.
Okay. Um, I think GRE is required if you are applying for a PhD or if you're applying for masters. But I'm not from science field, so I'm not really sure. But I think GRE is the one that you give after getting done with a master's degree in science, especially engineering or something.
Monthly expenses. Okay, it totally depends on you.
Yeah, I
So.
mean, yeah, it solely does. You can
Yeah.
also spend 100 euros a month, or you can also spend 500 euros a month. It depends on how much you want to save, how much you eat, and where you're living. If you're living in a dorm, I think around 120 euros would go for your rent.
Okay, I can continue what you were saying. So in the dormitory, the rooms varies. So a three bedroom, like you'll be sharing with three people in a block, costs around 60 euros, and if it's not in the block, so it will cost around 90. So usually the dormitory fee ranges from 60 euros to I think 150. Yes, that's the single bedroom per month. So that's that. And the food wise, if like it depends again. If you eat a lot, uh, actually, to be honest, like the food is not that expensive here, and and you can survive with for food. 50 euros to 100 euros is enough. I take around 300 euros actually, and I put away like 150, for my entertainment, like to go to movies, and if I want to play, some stuff for my stuff, so you
Mm-hmm.
can. But like there's a friend of mine who only takes 150, and he still manages to save 100 euros, so he survives on 50 euros. So you can imagine like how he does it. It totally depends. If you like to go out a lot, that's gonna cost you. So if you don't like to go out, you're gonna go stay in. Yeah, it's not that expensive actually. How was the transition from your home country to Lithuania?
Um, I think we both came here after school. I think we both came here after school, so it wasn't very difficult for us to get a transition. But if you're going for Erasmus, as you mentioned before, or if you're going for bilateral from one university to another to study, I think, and I've seen and I've heard from my friends who've gone there, it is very easy of how VMU makes it for us because the department related to, exchange studies, they are very cooperative. They always reply back. They're always nice and they'll always help you in whatever you need. So for us coming from our country and our home to here to study, I think it was easy. It was quite easy because the department made it so they were so supportive to us in anything that we needed, like the dormitories, the university. They gave us a map in the beginning to go around the whole city and everything. So I think the university made it a lot easier.
Yeah, like there's a buddy system in our
Oh yeah.
university. Yeah, so you basically get assigned a buddy who's your first friend who helps you. Once you come here, helps in the sense like they tell you, if you have any problem, if you have any questions, you can ask them. They'll be there to,
Yeah.
support you and be there for you. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and we
like
both
from
we both
go
are
on.
the buddies. We both are mentors, and
Yeah.
if any one of you come here for the first time, you'll be assigned someone like us to to come pick you up from the airport or pick you up from the bus station or wherever you're coming. Then we go around. We'll take you around the whole city. We'll tell you good places to eat, to party, where the university is, show you around. So I think that's another very good initiative taken by our university in terms of transition and adapting to a new place.
Hmm.
And so
Making us
far we have made,
comfortable.
yeah, so
Yeah.
that's a very good initiative.
And obviously after that, once you come here, if you come on time, you'll have welcome week, which
Oh,
which is full of activities with um, our university does it like in with ESN. It's an organization within our
yeah.
university. So there are a lot of activities you can take part in, excursion around the city and stuff like that. So yeah, like transitioning from home country to Lithuania, it was, I'd say, I personally, I did not feel homesick at all. I made a lot of friends. Like people in the dormitory, they all of them are really friendly. You'll make a lot of friends easily. It's like there's like table tennis area where you can play table tennis and stuff with others, and you make friends easily. So yes,
Hmm.
it's personally, I did not feel homesick or anything, and yeah,
it's very friendly in the dorm. I've
Mm-hmm.
lived there for almost a year, and now I really miss it. And whenever I go back to the dorm, you can see people playing Uno together in a big round table, or you can see people playing table tennis, as my colleague mentioned, or something doing somewhere at the lobby, and it's so fun to just be there. There's so many people around you. There's a reading room in the dormitory where we all study together and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean it's pretty fun.
Yeah. Are there any more questions?
Yeah.
Uh, I don't think there are any more questions.
I think we didn't talk about scholarship. We just mentioned it. Um, just to throw a little light on scholarship, you can get scholarships if you have performed really well academically before the university or even in the university once you start. And like if you get like a good grade in your home school last exams, or if you're applying for masters, if you have a good score from bachelor's, you can apply for scholarship, for state scholarship. There are a lot of different kinds. You also get scholarship from the university while you're studying, and if you're performing really well, above 9 GPA or something. So yeah, there are a lot of different kinds of scholarship that our university gives us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And during this pandemic, the dormitories actually have, you know, they provided a 25% off on the fee. So that's, this is another way of helping
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
students.
Yeah. I think, I mean, it's pretty obvious to, yes, have a bachelor's degree before applying for masters. And as my colleague mentioned, there are no special examinations as such. But if you have anything in mind, you can always contact the International Cooperation Department by mail, and I'm pretty sure they'll reply back to you pretty soon.
Are there any more questions or?
Yeah. You can just write any question that you have, any question like, how is the city? Is it beautiful or not? Anything, because I don't think you'll get a time back again
Oh,
to
I
ask someone
just,
who's actually
yeah.
living here.
If you come in autumn, do bring some, warm clothes because it gets cold
Oh,
here.
it
So
gets
yeah,
very cold. It gets very cold, yeah.
tell something about part-time jobs.
Um,
Yes, you can
well,
actually choose a different masters. That shouldn't be a problem.
yeah. I mean, you can do double masters here as well. Someone asked me. You can get another, like, you can do double masters, triple masters as much as you want. So you just have to apply. That's it. Choose a course and apply.
Are there any more questions?
Actually, Dadab, you can tell them about ESN since you're a part of that network
Mm.
group.
All right. Yes. So, as I was talking about the Welcome Week, I did mention ESN. So, ESN is basically Erasmus Networks. ESN. Yes, Erasmus. I'm sorry, Erasmus Student Network. So yeah,
Yeah.
so basically there is like a community of international students, Lithuanian students, all together, working together so that they can organize events for the international students, in the university, and there are a lot of events like recently, not the semester actually, but like last semester there were like movie nights, karaoke night. If you like to sing, you can join that, and there are trips to different part of Lithuania. So all organized by ESN. So yes, that's that. And also, if you would like to join ESN, you can join ESN. If you want, help out around the university with activities and stuff. So yes, you can join ESN.
I mean, there are so many things as soon as you come here to join, to take part to, such as ESN, as you mentioned, and a lot of activities that happen in the welcome week. And that's probably the week which you'll enjoy the most before studying. Make new friends, get to know more new cultures, get to go around the city, the country, because ESN organizes a lot of trips. So yeah, I mean, they're value for money. You go with a bunch of strangers, make new friends. It's nice. I mean, that's a good experience, which I believe everyone should have. If you guys have any more questions, you guys can like just type it in because we might wind up in like a next few minutes.
Hmm. So yes, our university foreign department has a test which you need to get. If you do not get the required grades, you need to take the compulsory English language program.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah. About the question you just posted, I think you should talk to the university about it because some things might change, some rules might change right now as per, you know, whatever the condition is according to the country because condition here and condition in any other different country, or example, India is different. So you need to explain it to them. You need to tell them if IELTS is not possible, what is another option? I haven't studied English as a medium of instruction in school. So yeah, they'll help you out. Just pop them a mail and they'll help you out through it. Oh, you're most welcome.
so if there are no more questions, we can, I think, end the webinar.
Yeah, I think it has
Yeah,
been really great answering all your questions and your queries. And again, it's never too late to just send the university a mail about any other query that you have. So yeah, I hope this has been really informative for everyone. And I wish all of you all the best for the new upcoming sessions and your admissions
yeah.
and everything.
See you around.
Okay. Okay, bye guys.
Bye
See
guys.
ya.
See ya.
Best of
Good
luck.
luck.